Hey everybody, thanks for joining White Dog Outdoors. Today's topic is going to be a little bit different, but as fly fishermen, it's something we all deal with. I cannot make waders last more than a year or two. So I get that I'm tough on my gear. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to pull up to a bridge, put on his waders, and walk down underneath the bridge and fish under the bridge all day. That's just not me. I'm going to be covering miles of water, miles in the woods, pretty much every time I'm out, right? I am going to be tough on my gear. I'm going to walk through the branches. I'm going to walk through thickets of briars and prickers, and I'm going to get everything caught on it. I'm going to be ripping my way through. That's how I fish. I've got to go places and find the fish, and I understand that I'm really tough on my gear. And I've tried to repair my waders because I said, I got to make these things last more than a year or two. So I watched the videos, I used the stuff that they recommended to use. I found all the holes, I got the stuff everywhere on the inside and the outside. I covered every seam. I spent all this time doing that, and you know what? It worked for about 2 trips. On my second trip, I was getting wet again. I have tried waders from a lot of the main manufacturers. I've had a lot of Reddingtons, I've had a lot of LL Bean, and I've had Sims, and I can't get any of them to last more than a year or two. Within a year or two, they are getting me wet. So I've gotten to the point of just expecting that my waders are disposable. I'm gonna use them for a year or two, and when they start leaking, I'm gonna throw them in a bin somewhere, and I might pull them out if somebody wants to go with me and they don't have waders. I'll be like, here, they'll keep you warm, but they're gonna leak a little bit. But other than that, I'm replacing them every year or two. So I'm wasting my money. I'm throwing my money down the drain every time. And so I figured I gotta do something different. It's time for me to try something different. Grundens is a company that is known for making tough gear. They make tough gear for people who work hard and play hard, and that is absolutely me. When they announced that they were going to be launching a line of waders for fishermen, I figured at this point, what have I got to lose? I'm throwing my money down the drain every year or two. What have I got to lose? So these are my Grundens waders. I got them in the mail about a week ago, and I'm surprised already at how lightweight they are and how movable they are. So these are made of Gore-Tex, which is meant to be very lightweight, very durable, very waterproof. And so I am very surprised, as durable as these are supposed to be, that they are so lightweight. I put them on, I've been moving around, and they feel super lightweight. So when I'm hiking miles in the woods, miles in the rivers, these are really lightweight. They're gonna be really good for somebody like me. They've planned the seam placement on these too to take the seams away from high wear areas. And so that was always a problem in my other waders. I was always leaking in the crotch and in the legs. I was always getting a wet leg, right? So they're minimizing the possibility of that by their placement of the seams. One other interesting thing they did is they added titanium layers into the neoprene boots so that it reflects heat back into your feet and keeps them warmer in cold water conditions. And I live in upstate New York. 3/4 of my year is in cold water conditions, right? So that's gonna be really nice for me. These are a little bit more money than what I've paid in the past, but I'm hoping that's gonna pay off where I don't have to keep replacing my waders every year or two. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, whether or not these are looking like a really good long-term play, but at first feel, I'm expecting they feel much better than the waders that I've used in the past. So we'll see how they do in the long term. They are a little more expensive, but they have offered all of our subscribers a 20% off code. So if you use code WDO20, it's going to get you 20% off anything on the Grundens site. So go to the Grundens site, anything you want there, use that code, it'll give you 20% off. And so it basically puts these waders right in line with a lot of the other manufacturers out there. And so, hey, right, what do we got to lose? Let's go give it a try. We're going to go hit the water with these bad boys and get our first real taste of what it's like to be wearing them. All right, well, we are out on the river. We've had a full day on the water so far today. I was rolling film to see if I could catch any fish on film today, and wasn't really working out so well. I pretty much assumed at later on in the day that I was getting skunked. And so I turned all the cameras off, put them away, and said, forget it, I'm not gonna worry about it. And of course, as soon as I did that, I connected with the biggest trout I've ever seen or heard of in this particular stream, landed it, beautiful fish. I did get some pictures with my iPhone, but nothing on real cameras, nothing of the fight. Incredible fight, but what a fantastic, absolute awesome fish. I keep teasing you guys that I'm going to be doing the how to urinate for steelhead video and I'm using the Diamondback 6-weight. Well, this was my first adventure with the Diamondback 6-weight, and it absolutely was fantastic on that huge trout. Gave me a real good feel for what it's going to be like steelhead fishing, and this is certainly a fantastic rod for that. So we've been on the water for several hours. I've covered a lot of distance. I've been up and down the river. I'm walking through trees. I'm climbing snowbanks with my knees and like doing all sorts of crap that I always do with these. I'm climbing over trees, sitting my butt down. So I'm starting to put these waders through their paces. I've definitely covered a bit of ground today. Already, I can tell you, I'm surprised at how lightweight they feel. They definitely feel super nice, super lightweight. I didn't expect that they'd feel this lightweight. I thought they were going to be a little bit heavier. They feel really, really nice. The waders that I have are a little too big for me, but there's so many adjustments on these that even though they're too big, I've completely made it work. And they actually feel really great now. So even though I'm a size too big, I don't need to do an exchange. They actually worked out really well. There's a lot of pockets and stuff that I'm finding that I'm really digging. My phone goes in here easily. All my other stuff is going in here. I do wear my pack and everything like that, but I found it's actually easier for me to use these built-in pockets and everything. Plus, it's cold out. You know, it's about, I don't know, 38 degrees or so, and it's cold today. So I'm keeping my hands inside these pockets, and it's keeping them nice and warm too. So, you know, so far so good on these. I'll definitely let you guys know how they do in the long term, but starting to put them through their paces, and I'm happy so far. All right, well, today was pretty much a gear testing day, testing out the waders, testing out the Diamondback 6-weight, and things went better than I could have ever expected, honestly. The waders are fantastic, the rod is fantastic. I got to challenge it with a really big trout, so biggest fish I've ever seen from here, so totally excited about everything that happened today. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this one here. We're gonna head on out of here, but we got lots more content coming this year, so I hope you guys will join us for everything, and thank you all so much. We'll see you guys soon. Well, this is by far the biggest brown trout I've ever caught in this particular creek, so absolutely huge. I'm not even measuring it. I'm not sure how big it is, but it's definitely the longest and the fattest I've ever caught out of here. So let's let her go. Off you go, baby. Thank you so much.